Hi, welcome back to the channel. Paul here, and today we're going to be painting Marine number 2 from this set. If you haven't watched the last video, I painted this little guy here, completely blind. It's the first Warhammer set I've ever touched or looked at, and I thought it'd be fun to paint this first Marine completely blind, no lessons, no tutorials, and I thought I did pretty well. Oh my god. After finishing this and looking at some tutorials, I saw what the Space Marines should actually look like, and oh boy, I'm so sorry for what I've done to you. I spent a few hours watching any and all tutorial videos and tips and tricks and entry videos that I can find. Gonna take all of those lessons and tips and funnel them into my next Marine. But yeah, without further ado, let's crack on. Here we go, I've built him up already. You also notice that I've put it on the base straight away. This seemed like an absolute no-brainer when I realised, because in the last video and for my first one I was just holding onto the model like this, and it's kind of a bit awkward, whereas now he's in the base I can just hold the base solid and paint all over. Because one of the accessories I did see a lot of people use, the podiums that you attach to the bottom of these, so you can hold them in place and paint them, and I do think I'm definitely going to pick one of those up for my third miniature. So the one thing that kept coming up over and over again in tutorials and everyone's comments, which I really appreciate, they've been super helpful, is thinning your paints. So I didn't even consider to put, first of all, paints on a palette. In my first video I was just putting the brush straight into the pot and then straight on the model. I didn't even consider pouring it onto a palette, let alone adding water to it to thin it down. Pour it, oh, and then just mix it out over here to water it down. I think this part is what's going to take the most practice, finding a good balance between water and paint and the thin layer I want. I just realised I haven't got his backpack on. Oh my god, I completely forgot. Tell you what, I'll do the first layer of this, and then while it's drying I'll clip off the backpack. Yeah, it seems okay. It's quite a thin layer. You can kind of, I don't know if it comes through on the camera, but you can see on his lower leg here it's quite thin, and you can see the grey through it. I imagine this is where the strengths of primer would show through, because then the blue, the first layer, would just stick onto the primer rather than the model. But yeah, it's looking okay. Some of the details still seems alright. So we'll let this layer dry and then see if we can put on another coat. Just trying to, over here on the side here, I've got my little paint pot and my microphone, and I'm just trying to work out the consistencies of water to paint. It's a bit tricky at first, but I'm sure it's something I'll get the hang of. Alright, I think that's okay for another layer. Let me have a look around him. Yeah, so that's like 2 layers. I mean, there's still a little bit on top of his head. Maybe I missed this. But overall, it seems like it's fully covered. I always say that, and then the second I say it, I always find a bit of mist down here. Cool, I guess wait for these to dry, and then we can start applying some of the colour. Found them. Dry, dry, dry. Actually, no, you know what I can do? I can give this gun a base layer of black. Cool, so we've got our black here, and let's just try and take some of it over there, add some water. Okay, yeah. Seems like a lot thinner, especially, I mean, you can see, yeah. That's the whole gun painted black as like a base layer. So the Marine's got 2 layers of this like watered down blue, and then this gun here is the same but with the black. It's just like a watered down version. I guess next we'll have a quick review of this guy, see if there's anywhere we've missed or anything extra we want to do with the blue. If not, we'll move on to the 2 detail colours. It looks like quite an okay and smooth coverage. I've only put 1 layer of paint on the belts because they're going to have black on top of them, so I didn't want to put like 3 layers on, just the 2. But in terms of the rest of the Space Marine, I think it's looking okay. I'll start with the gold. Although I've hit a slight problem. Oh, I'm running out of room on my makeshift palette of where to put the paints, because some of these earlier paints that I've used are already starting to dry up. A wet palette might be something I'll look into in the future. Yeah, I'm not sure if you can see, but down here we've got our thin gold layer. So let's see if we can try and do something with these. I guess I'll start with the chest piece. Can't tell if that is another wing there. It's so dangerously close to his... Oh no, we bled onto a little bit. That's okay. So I'm really... Oh, my hand slipped. Oh no. That's okay, we can go with that with some blue. I guess that's what I get for having an unstable pile of books to be in my platform. Okay, that's not too bad. There's one or two little bits. I don't know if you can see, there's one at the bottom of this right wing here that's leaked on, and then obviously on the neck collar. But once that's dried, what we'll try and do is paint over it a bit blue. Oh yeah, that's good. I did actually fall victim to what I imagine is the rookiest mistake on the planet. I didn't actually close the paint enough when I put it back in the box, so the lid was a little ajar, and it was turned upside down and all sorts, and it just leaked all over. But it's okay, it's still got enough paint left to do 2 models. Oh, look at that! Let's put it in focus. Now, I want to put another coat on this and probably the other side to see now it's drying up. Yeah, this side looks a bit smoother. You can kind of tell there's just one coat on there. Oh no, fuck. Oh well. We're gonna top up some stuff with blue anyway. Oh, how much after that? That's so good. That was the bit I hated the most on the previous paint. And yeah, I definitely think thinning out the paints and then using less on the brush definitely helped make that a lot easier to apply. There's a little bit of gold on his collar I want to cover. I'm not too worried about him being like the neatest in the world, especially because he's only my second. But if I can try and tidy it up a little bit, good practice for the future. I did see someone actually painting these like black and silver, which was really cool. I don't think I've got any way of making silver. No, let's maybe add white to the gold. I might try that actually. That does sound quite cool. I watched the official Warhammer channel paint this kit, and I didn't even consider this, but they pointed out that these bits on the back, right between his legs and under his ass, should be black because it's kind of like not part of the suit of armour, it's the under bit, so nice little extra detail I get to add in there. Gonna get the black out, do the belt, the back of his legs, and then top up the gun just here. Yeah, I'm quite literally just looking online for pictures of the Space Marine to see if there's any little details or any extras I've missed or I can add or I can try. Yeah, that's me. Hold on. Once you scroll through 600 pictures and you Google the exact name of the set, I turn up. Oh, that's quite cool. So the whole point of this video was just to get the basics down, get like a sort of base coat, maybe some more accurate and fine detail. So what I am going to do is get a little bit of interest. This backpack is all sort of blocky and blue. What I want to do is try and add some colour to it. I think we're going to try and paint these exhausts up here, maybe a different colour, just to add some variety to the model. So with that in mind, I'm actually going to try and mix some paints. Oh, okay, well that was a complete failure. This just looks like some kind of weird peachy colour. Yeah, we've got some kind of grey colour. I mean, I'll try that. We'll put it under here actually, because then that way if it looks shit we can just cover it. Yeah, that looks awful. Right, I have actually made some kind of abomination here. It's like a mixture of, you can see the absolute carnage over here. It's a mixture of the gold, the white and the black. So now with my abomination in hand, let's see what it looks like on the back. Oh my god, it's actually quite good. Holy shit. Oh man, I'm all chuffed with that. So next up we've got the Agrax Earthshade. I'm quite nervous to use this because last time I just lathered it all on the whole marine and it kind of made it look a bit gloopy and glossy. I've looked at some videos and it says sort of to use it in little crevices and on details, so I'm just going to try and be quite controlled of it this time. So let's be very gentle with it. So if anyone has any tips on sort of how to use this and where to use it, how you work out where to put it, then that would be greatly appreciated in the comments. I'm kind of just putting it on where like things are raised or pushed in, you know, where there's depth. So rather than like all these plain bits here on his legs, I'm kind of just trying to focus on the areas where there's elevation in the model. So like, I don't know, like under here maybe. Maybe on here. See how that comes out. Alright, let's leave that to dry and then we can come back to the, I guess, finished product. Oh, hey! Look at those boys. So there's some obvious stark differences between Adam on the left here and Luigi, our second marine, on the right. So one of the biggest, most obvious visible improvements I think is the detail on the symbol on their shoulders. So you can see it on Luigi. I took a lot more time, the thinner paint I found it a lot easier and it looks a lot neater compared to the absolute sloppy mess that is Adam on the left here. And then yeah, just some extra little details we've added on. The silver on the back of the backpack just adds a little bit extra to it. But yeah, overall Luigi here is just a lot cleaner. I'm really proud of it actually. I'm really happy with the improvements. I tried splashing some of the vomit poo colour on his feet, so it looks like it's kind of rubbing off on his shoes. But the videos I watched definitely taught me the basics really well. But yeah, overall, could not be happier with that. Really quite proud of myself for the improvements, to be fair. I guess it was a little sneak peek of my photography setup. I mean, it's so hacky, but if it works, it works. Number 2 done. Where is he? There we go. Look at that, 2 done. I can definitely see the improvements that thinning the paint did, adding the water, like it was almost instantaneous. Like when I put it on, it felt like it just changed the colour of the material rather than like slapping clumpy paint on top, if that makes sense. So that was definitely a big help. And then I guess just having a bit more patience on some of the finer details. Having done it once before on Adam, and then having the patience and even just one model of experience definitely made a huge change. I think my favourite part is still putting on all the little details, all the gold and all the little extras. I absolutely love how clean this Omega symbol looks compared to Adam, because we look at the both of them. Yeah, see, it's just proper messy on the left one, and then real nice and clean on the right one. So yeah, I'm absolutely loving the progress. It's getting so cool. I really enjoyed looking at inspiration online, seeing how different people did different little things. I did just use the the plastic that came with the box as a palette, and that was a game changer, having so much control over how much paint, like the thickness, because before I was just wiping it on the side of the tub. I can't get over how much of a difference just a little Google and the small things make. Well, I mean, I can, because how small the miniatures are, so I guess every tiny little stroke and drop of paint can make the world of a difference. My plan for the third and final one, I might even venture out into the scary big wide world and go to a local game store and maybe find some primers or some paintbrushes or some kind of accessories to see how much of a difference they make. And then we can have there's 3 stages of complete blindness, some knowledge with what's in the box, and then a bit more knowledge and a bit more extras to see if they really make much of a difference. So tune in next time, and we might even be in the office, we might be outside. I appreciate all of the nice comments and the tips and stuff in there, so yeah, thank you.